Jeez, every time I think I'm done recording, boom, another article pops up. But Hollywood Melanin, I'm just glad I found this site. Definitely adding to my favorites. There's always something good here to dig up and read over. But Skyh Black dropped an interview in the form of, Hollywood Melanin 4 hours ago. So earlier today, dropped this interview in the form of an article on Skyh Alvester Black, aka Jacoby, aka Amp. And as always, I will leave a link in the comment section below so you can check out the article for yourself. Pretty much kind of like a background on him, in regards to how he got into acting and what he did before that, his upbringing, and it's some pretty good stuff. But just briefly, just have to do my plug here. Make sure you take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe because you all know I'm trying to get the subscriber watch time up, as well as get to 200,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below, and make sure you hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. But yeah, most of us were introduced to Skyh as Jacoby on Sistas because that was his actual first big acting role. And after reading over what he discussed regarding his past in the article before he got into acting, it kind of reminded me of Tyler Lepley, if I'm not mistaken, Benny from Haves and Have-Nots, where he stated that the Haves and Have-Nots was his first acting gig, and that was a long time role, so that's pretty cool. But he was born in Alabama, raised in Miami, and Skyh is 33 years old, and he's always had a deep love for music. Initially, he wanted to become an R&B singer, but things didn't work out. Dancing, however, was something that he's always been into, and he wanted to do it professionally. He actually was dancing for the likes of Rihanna and Beyonce, but as time went on, he actually decided to go the acting route because back in 2010, he auditioned for a small part in Grey's Anatomy where he met Debbie Allen, and the legendary dancer and actor saw something in him that he didn't know he had himself. Basically, he was informed that, hey, I'm going to make you an actor. That's what I see in you. Now, it would take a few years for all that to pay off, but eventually in 2018, he took an acting class run by Tasha Smith, but his grandfather passed away by the time that happened. And don't worry, I'll talk about his grandparents in a minute. His singing career and whatnot didn't take off by the time his grandfather passed away, and he felt like a failure as a result of that. Now, the acting workshop sparked his love of acting, and everything that Debbie Allen had pushed him to do several years before, it all came full circle. Now, Jacoby being the first role that he booked, or the first major TV role that he booked, it was a big deal. After the first time he worked on the show, he felt like he could do anything due to the fact that Tyler Perry Studios warrants an intense schedule, but it's the best training for an actor, and not just an actor, but for a professional. So he says that Tyler Perry Studio, the pacing and the intensity is essentially a well-oiled machine. Of course, it goes into detail about how All the Queen's Men became his next big role. And again, the fact that he's had a passion for dancing and he was a male dancer on the show is pretty dang cool. No word on season 2 yet, but the fans and the supporters want it more than anything else. Now, the next big role that we know he's going to be a part of is the all-black new legal drama series entitled Lace. And he's going to be portraying a lawyer. Actually, hang on. Oh wow. Othello in it as attorney Othello Charles. The show will air sometime in November. And the journey of the leading man has not been easy, but he says he likes to test his limits because when you are pushed, you never know what you can actually accomplish. Now, it does have a short paragraph, but it says, things are coming together not only in his professional life, but also personal. Black and his girlfriend and Sistas co-star KJ Smith recently made it IG official although they remain mostly private, he wants everyone to know how proud he is of his significant other. She's great. I learned how to be a leading man by watching her when she didn't even know I was watching. She is the exemplary leading woman, and she is incredible. Aww. Now, early on in the article, we talked about the upbringing. He was actually influenced a lot because of his loving grandparents who raised him. They were prime examples of how hard work, dedication, and faith paid off, or will pay off. His granddad created a construction company only having a high school diploma. And Black says, I always saw the work ethic in my grandparents, so it was just kind of innate for me. If I wanted something, I needed to go after it with a relentless approach and jump because the net would always appear. Now, that leads into his grandfather sadly passing away before his career really took off because of the fact that he felt like a failure because he couldn't accomplish his goals, nor did he feel that he wouldn't be able to give back everything that his grandfather gave him. So that's always sad when you feel like the person who influenced and helped you along the way the most, you work hard to eventually pay them back at some point. But if they're gone, then it feels like you've never had that chance to pay them back what you feel you owe them and then some. But sometimes, just knowing that they're proud of you for even going after your dreams, even if they aren't around to see you achieve them, is a big thing. But it looks like that was more fuel to the fire to push Skyh even further. So that's really inspiring. But overall, this is a great article, and I highly recommend you checking it out for yourself. I'm pretty sure I went through just about everything in it, but it helps just to read it. It really is good. But thanks so much for tuning in. And I just love these kind of articles because it really gives you more of an appreciation for an actor, even if you can't stand their character in a particular project. Just knowing about what inspired them, it actually is cool when you see certain things from their real life implemented into their acting on a particular project. So feel free to donate on PayPal or Cash App if you would like to, help out the channel, or simply like and subscribe. It really does help too. And I'll catch you in the next video.